Greetings and hello, this is Fred. First thing, pardon my sunglasses. My eyes today particularly are very sensitive to the light, so I have to wear the sunglasses just to keep the reflection down a little bit because the eyes will get red. So I apologize for that. Anyway, we must adjust. And I'm here today to talk about and give a review on the Baldr Color Weather Station. Wireless Weather Station by Baldr. Comes with three what they call remotes. I call them sensors, temperature sensors, that you can put outdoors. You see on the display here, they one over here in blue, one in red, and one in green, I guess that is. And these are the sensors. I put a little label on them so I keep track of which one is which, 1, 2, and 3. Actually, the blue is 1, the red is 2, and the green is 3. These aren't quite in order, but that's just for me to keep track of what's where. Now, one of the main reasons I bought this particular brand is because in the ad for this weather station, they mentioned they have free 800 telephone service for technical support. Now, there just aren't many places that have that technical support anymore, and I've noticed that lately. I've had more occasion to get in touch with technical support on some of these things, so it's a big plus for me that I can contact somebody. And I did contact Baldr on this particular device today, and now their time zone, they're on the West Coast, so they open 12 noon Eastern time for technical support, and I called them about 11 a.m. Eastern time and left a recorded message. And they called me back within 15 minutes. So they weren't even open yet, and they called me back, addressed my questions, and answered my questions. And I'm very happy with that. You just don't see that much anymore. So I had some questions on setup. I think the setup is there's some things to be left to be desired on the setup. Little buttons you got to push, and if you've ever set up one of these things before, you really got to do it correctly to change something. Set the clock, and it has alarm. It has two alarms. You can set alarm clocks and the date, month, year, all that on here. And then, but setting up the devices, the temperature devices, not that complicated. You just have to put the batteries in it. There's 2 AA batteries in each sensor, which I like. I think that's a plus because a lot of them have these 2 AAA batteries, which do not last long in cold weather. And that I can vouch for. I've had a number of these things, and you're constantly replacing batteries if you put these things outside. So AA battery will be much better for this. Now, if you notice on the temperature, you see that all 3 of these sensors, 1, 2, 3, there are all close to each other, right next to the master station. That's where I put them so that they would adjust and get to the time. And temperature before I put them outside. In fact, technical support suggested I do that. The top number here, 74.4, that's the master display, and that's the indoor temperature. Of course, they're all indoors right here. Haven't put anything outside yet. So since the indoor temperature is 74.4, and I can pretty much vouch for that because that agrees with the other thermometers temperatures I have indoors. And the three remotes are pretty much in agreement. They're 73.5, 73.4, and 73.4. That's pretty close for temperatures indoors, since they're all sitting right next to each other. The humidity is a little bit more out of sync, 37, 45, and 42, and then the actual humidity according to the indoor thermometer is 40. So it's only been about a half hour that I've had it trying to adjust to the temperature, and they told me usually wait an hour, I guess, to do that before you set it outside. So they said in another half hour, when they look like it's kind of settled to a temperature, then you can go put them outside and give it overnight, or give it even a week before everything settles in. This thing learns, according to technical support. It'll learn the ambient situation. I don't know how it does that, but it adjusts. I think it just takes a longer period of time to adjust, and it will adjust over time, particularly when you use the forecast feature, forecasting weather. You have to have the barometric pressure pretty much right on target. It has to know whether it's going up or down in order to forecast whether you're looking like you're going to have rain or sunshine. So that's yet to be seen. But everything worked. I was able to set everything as I had to. Question I had for technical support was that I couldn't get it to display. The three sensors did not display, and they told me, "Oh yeah, you have to wait. Give it a half hour. Set it there together, and in close proximity, and let it adjust by itself." And they also told me it's a good idea. Now, I did not do this, but he said it's a good idea if you set them all initially to the same number. Set them all to number 1 or number 2 or number 3. And then they will sync quicker, I guess, and they'll all be synced to the same number, and then you'll see the same display numbers on each. And then once it's done and settled in, you have that, then you know it's receiving the radio signal. Then change it to your number that you ultimately wanted to have, 1, 2, and 3. Well, that's what they told me at technical support. I did not do that. I set it up the way I wanted it, 1, 2, and 3. And it maybe took longer, but it did eventually just, you can see where it is adjusted to right now, and it's been probably an hour. So I will take it outside. I wanted one in the garage, and one in the front porch, and one on the back patio to see, and all of them are, not that far, maybe 60 feet apart. He said you can have it 100 meters. That's 300 feet. That's a good ways if you can have it that far. So I don't know. I don't think I'll be setting it that far away. Because I just want it garage, front porch, and patio. That's not 100 meters. That's not even 50 meters. That's probably 50 feet. So, and then you get a 4-year warranty service with this, that they will, you register. First thing you do when you take it out of the box is email them with your purchase order number, the date, and your name, so forth, and they will register it. So it'll cover it pretty much for 4 years. You have a warranty. And I did that right away. So we'll see. I've had a lot of these things, some bad, some good. Well, one that was really good. I have one that lights up and has a projection on the ceiling, which I use in the bedroom, which I really like because that always works. And so yet to be determined about this one. Now, if it changes, right now I give it 5 stars. If that changes, I will update the review and correct that. But after I call technical support, see what's wrong with it, and see how good their support is. In that way, if it fails, see if they replace it. That's what he said they would. If I have a problem, that they'll replace it. In fact, when I first called him today and talked to them, and he called me back, and I said, I can't get these things to light up. I mean, the temperature, it doesn't show the temperature. I couldn't get it to sync. And they said, well, maybe there's a device. If it is, we'll replace it. We'll send you another one. So I didn't have to do that. I just had to leave it set for a while on its own. But I was glad that they were quick to say, okay, they'll replace it. It must be defective. They said that, not me. So I'm happy for that. And I'm giving them a good rating out of customer service primary, because the guy I talked to was very nice about it and very cooperative, very helpful, and answered any question I had. And so go for it. It's really moderately priced. I was surprised. And now the master comes with one of those small quarter-shaped batteries, those flat batteries you put in that keep the data. So if you ever lose power, because this has AC power, and if you ever lose power, it stays fully connected with the battery, so you don't lose the data. When the power comes back on, you don't have to reset anything. And it automatically adjusts to the time difference, which I really wanted. I didn't want to have to reset this every time, daylight savings and all that stuff. If you're fortunate, you don't have to worry about the time zone differences, and good for you. But I have to go through that twice a year, and everything that doesn't have these automatic settings, you have to go change everything. And I don't like doing that all the time. But anyway, I'm happy with it. Go for it. Thank you for watching. Again, sorry about the sunglasses. If I can answer any questions you have, just put them down on my review somewhere, or make a note, and try to answer it. Thank you. Bye.